We are introduced to Jimmy Pope Doyle, the man in a Santa suit, but he's an undercover cop. He's Gene Hackman in the movie The French Connection. He's possibly a racist, he hates the kids he's entertaining, and he's probably not even an effective cop. All his brilliant hunches don't come true. It's stated in his biography that Gene Hackman himself was completely repelled by this character and even threatened to quit after working on this character for a bit, especially when the director Fredkins made this particular person, made this character beat on a drug dealer. And he gave those punches for real, almost. And the shot kept going on and on and on, and he felt so bad. Gene Hackman, I beg your pardon, felt so bad. But the co-worker or the co-actor took it like a champ, smiling. But that didn't help Gene Hackman, feel comfortable. This movie was absolutely a game changer for the movie industry at the time. This was a dark, gritty comedy. It was not like a counterculture in those days with those kind of movies or a sci-fi movie. It was absolutely grounded. Gene Hackman's Rough Shoot gave the absolute perfect look for that director. And this movie was, an atmospheric classic. The dark, gritty, cop movie that a lot of people didn't make a realist setting. It's funny how it works. It's funny how cinematography and filmmaking works because the moment you look at the character played by Gene Hackman, you root for the fellow even though he has his particular flaws. Gene Hackman plays him in a stoic manner, in a very, what you say, idealistic stoic manner, but it's almost comical, it's almost hilarious. He's the guy that goes out drinking and gets a hangover. He's the guy who's gonna react in the same way when his girlfriend, after doing the business, chains him on the bed. If the villain slips in him a new one, if some gangsters are shooting at him, he will always react in that fatalistic way. And of course, who can forget his contributions for the movie Superman? Yes, Christopher Reeves, I beg your pardon, was absolutely wonderful, absolutely iconic. But you need the villain, you need the tension. Hackman played him absolutely well. He was, dare I say, even quite funny. But you can never forget he was so menacing. When he says, "I want to destroy Superman," you know he means it, yet he has that quirky way in which an individual would like to go and hang out with him. A lot of future Lex Luthors, couldn't match up to the perfectness of Gene Hackman. Everybody loved this performance, and even though he took a backseat in Superman 2, he still was the reason for Zod to come back, and they wouldn't know what to do without him. Now let's talk about this film, Unforgiven. Gene Hackman's role in it was again a little dark, and by this time in '92, Gene Hackman was tired of playing dark films and dark characters, but he was lured in by Clint Eastwood stating that this particular film is a little different with a little message with all that goes on. He plays a sheriff, Gene Hackman, in this particular film, and he's as bad as the criminals. He has some motives which helps the crime to be a little less, but by the end of it, you lose track after so much violence, and Gene Hackman loses his life at the end. And this film was absolutely amazing, one of the classics and a great film that I have seen. Thank you so much for watching this short video on Gene Hackman. Yes, he has many other roles where he's brilliant, but I wanted to talk about these roles in a personal way. I'm sure someone else might have a better list, but RIP to Gene Hackman, RIP to the legend. That's a sad way that he passed away, but he lived a long life. Thank you so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe.